What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Dark Souls Remastered guided playthrough for the PS4. Today we're going to take on the Four Kings, and I'll show you how to get down there. And also, was able to farm back up my 30 humanity here, because I messed up last time. So hopefully you read the video description, or you saw the video title and didn't use your humanities. But anyways, for us to get down there, we need to go through New Londo, because we have to talk to the NPC down in New Londo. Now that we have the Lord Vessel, he will give us a key to open that gate. So what we need to do is go ahead and work back to Firelink Shrine, and that's where we will continue our journey. I also forgot to read the Hornet Ring last time, so we'll go ahead and look at that real quick. Put back on our Kaathe also. Hornet Ring, one of the special rings granted to the Four Knights of Gwyn. The Hornet Ring belongs to the Lord's Blade, Kiran. By boosting critical attacks, its wearer can annihilate foes, as Siran's dagger laid waste to Lord Gwyn's enemies. Alright, so go ahead and rest here so that you have your bonfire set just in case you die. Don't forget, this area has the ghosts in there, the undead, or ghosts or whatever, and we need to use a item to make ourselves be able to fight them, or we can use the jagged ghost dagger, which will also damage them. So that is let's see. Jagged ghost blade. That's what it looks like. So you can just, like so, take them out. Now be prepared, we're going to see Mr. Crestfallen Knight down here. This is where he took off after he said he wanted to get rid of Kingseeker Frampt. He wanted to do something about it. Anyways, he ended up coming down here, getting killed, and has now turned hollow. So he's going to attack us here in a second. If you don't remember, Crestfallen Knight is the one that told you that there's two Bells of Awakening when you first came to New Londo, or Lordran, from the Undead Asylum. We'll see him, there he is, right down there. See him right there? Right by the blue light. And as soon as we get over here, he's going to aggro us, try to come attack us. But he isn't very tough, so well, I don't think I've ever seen him do that. the whole time I've been playing this game, I've never ever had him parry me, so that's a first. Just remember, on this one, you need your transit curse in order to hit the ghosts. Like I said, if you equip the jagged ghost blade, you can hit him that way instead. It's completely up to you on what you want to do. That thing is not as strong as it needs to be just yet. Probably need to upgrade that in order to make it worthwhile to use. Otherwise, it's just not going to do enough damage. So, might as well use a transit curse instead. Besides that, it gives us fast roll. So. Just make your way on through here. I guess while we're down here, might as well go ahead and put our Covetous Ring on just in case. Because there is that one ghost that drops that Ghost Blade. It's one of the rarest items in the game. And might as well try to get it since we already have maxed item time right now. So. So these ghosts are not too bad, especially at this point since our sword is a lot stronger since before when we came down here, but they still can gang up on you, so just kind of take it slow when you're fighting them. Especially down there, you don't want to fall in the water, so be careful. We'll wait for the transit curse to wear off right here so we can use it again, so it won't wear off on us when we're right in the middle of fighting some ghosts. Huh, never noticed. You can see that NPC right there. That's the guy we're gonna go talk to. Up at the top. As soon as we talk to him, he'll give us the key, so. So cool. Yeah, those new Londo Ruins, you can see how they're covered in water. And that's to keep the Dark Wraiths and the Four Kings from getting out. So whenever we talk to this NPC over here, he'll give us a key that will open the door, or we can open another door, big door, into the Drake Valley, or Valley of the Drakes rather, and it empties all this water out. So.
Acquired the Lord vessel. That's very impressive. I know exactly what your intentions are. You seek the Four Kings, whom I guard over. This is the key to the seal. The Four Kings slumber in the deepest chamber of the ruins. Use this key to break the seal and open the floodgates. Oh, and do not forget, the Dark Wraiths reside in a dark void called the Abyss. But the Abyss is no place for ordinary mortals. Although, long ago, the knight Artorius traversed the Abyss. If you can find him and learn from him, the Abyss may prove surmountable. Hello there. What is it? The key to the seal is now in your hands. I will help you in any way possible.
Might as well go ahead and learn this resist curse, since we're down here.
You, Londo, was sacrificed to contain the Dark Wraiths. Mark my words, the Dark Wraiths are the enemies of man and any living thing that has a soul. They were never meant to roam again. You, Londo, was sacrificed. Mark my words, they were not.
Alright, so once you talk to him and you get his key, after you open the seal, you can come back and talk to him, and he'll move to Firelink Shrine. Let's take a look at that key real quick. Also, we want to look at the Lord Vessel. Lord Vessel bestowed upon the chosen undead who is destined to succeed Lord Gwyn. The chosen undead is granted the art of warping between bonfires. To open the final door, place this vessel in the Firelink Shrine and fill it with powerful souls. And we got the key to the seal. Key to the floodgates of New Londo, which seal away the Four Kings who fell to dark. The sealers flooded New Londo to banish the Dark Wraiths and the Four Kings. The agonizing decision was made with the realization that countless lives and the robust culture of the city would be lost. The victims now roam the ruins as ghosts. So, there we have it. Anyways, after you finish talking to him and you get the key, then go back down the ladder. You might have to fight another ghost or two. Head on down this way, and then our path forward is up this stairway here. You go down here a little ways, and then you'll see a door right here. Open the door, there's the key to the seal, and then you'll turn this, and those gates will open right there. And we also have a couple items to collect here, so we need to try to kill these drakes if possible. They're a little bit tougher than, excuse me, they're a little tough right now because we don't have the max weapon. I think they take maybe 3-4 hits a piece. But we need to get a couple items down there, and we also need to flag the bonfire again, because that's where we need to go back to if we end up dying. So, let's see here. And it's possible to pull one of these at a time, that way they don't come all at you at once. But what you try to do is use your bow, clip one of them, and get them to run back at you. Well, that didn't. Wow, I didn't expect that. Anyways, this is a Dark Wraith. These guys drop Titanite chunks, and they have a rare chance to drop Titanite slab. There's quite a few of them in this area. I think maybe, let's see. I think there's 9 total down here that you can farm. Somewhere around 9, maybe 10. And you can just, you can come back and forth between the bonfire. The bonfire leads to Darkroot Garden. If you remember when we did our playthrough of Darkroot Garden, and we went down and killed the Black Knight with the halberd, that's where I had the video mess up in the episode. I think it was 7A or B. There's a bonfire down there that you can get, and it leads to that big open door on the other end of this pathway. Yeah, breath attack still hurts a lot, so if you can... He is just not into fighting with me today, is he? Here, just gotta be real careful with these dragons, or these drakes, should say, because they have that breath attack and it will kill you quickly if you're not careful. So go up this. Once those guys are down, go up this ladder right here, and there's gonna be an item on top of here that we need to pick up. Your red tearstone ring. The rare gem called Tearstone has the uncanny ability to sense imminent death. This red tearstone from Kareem boosts the attack of its wearer when in danger. Brigand's armor set and a spider shield. Hood worn by the brigands who raid mountain hamlets and attack travelers. In addition to protecting against the blazing sun, dust, and sand, it helps them tell friend from foe in the heat of battle. And then we also got the spider shield. We already read spider shield, so we had 2 spider shields now. Alright, so what you want to do is just run on up this pathway here, and then use the platform. This will put you back at that bonfire I was telling you about in Darkroot Basin, Darkroot Garden area. Right here. I don't think we kindled this one yet either, at least not to 20, so we need to do that. Alright, there we go. That was kind of important because this one right here you'll probably want to use to farm these Dark Wraiths, especially if you're looking for some more Titanite slabs or Titanite chunks. So this one's important because you can just rest here, run through those drakes. You don't have to kill all the drakes, but maybe kill a couple of them, and it will help you a lot. So. Alright, so this time when we go down here, we're not going to kill the drakes again. We just wanted to kill them so we get those items off the ground. This time we're probably just going to kill 2 of them. The one right here at the front and then the one on the bridge. Hopefully we can do it without getting hit too much. This guy here, you can get him like, you can kind of bait him to fly at you. If he'll do it. There we go. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to run right in the middle of these guys and then go to the right. This will keep us from having to fight them, and we'll get away from their breath attack really quickly. So you can bait them a little bit, breath attack, and then run just around them. Well, we got hit a little bit. And then just go behind this area right here. And then watch out, because there will be a Dark Wraith coming down these steps. So a couple hits and he's down. I was not intending on taking that much damage. However, we did. So let's read that Dark Hand right quick. The Dark Wraiths incited by Kaathe use the power of the Dark Soul to absorb humanity, and art shared by this weapon, which also acts as a special shield. The ancients particularly could sap the humanity of even a replete saint in the blink of an eye. Alright, so that's our first Dark Wraith, and there's going to be one up here on the left. And if you grab this item without trying to fight the Dark Wraith, he might hit you, so just turn real quick, target him, and then start after him. Well, he hit me anyway. That little shield thing he put up, that was the Dark Hand right there. That's what it looks like, so. Alright, inside this little white wall, there's going to be three more Dark Wraiths, and there's this big, like, oil slick looking guy that shoots those floating heads at you, and he also can shoot an oil slick on top of you, make you real slow to walk. So he doesn't do a lot of damage unless you get too close. So when you can see a chance, run in for an attack and then run back. We can get these Dark Wraiths to aggro us, then we can kill them real quick and then deal with the other guy. So there's one Dark Wraith, and then the other one's over here on the left. If you're quiet, you can walk up behind him real slow and catch him off guard. Like so. And there's the big oil slick dude. There's two of these guys in the game. There's one right here, and then there's one a little further up. They don't drop anything, but they're one-time kills. So once you kill them, they're done for good. So here's one of those floating heads. And then we have another Dark Wraith here on the right, inside one of these little cabin things right here. That move right there is what the Dark Hand does to take your humanity. So if he catches you with it, he'll steal so much humanity. I'm not sure how much it is, but it will take it. So be careful with that. And then this way it takes us upstairs. We're gonna get our large ember, or very large ember, I think is what it is. Remember over there? That's where that ghost was, around this corner. Maybe you can still see her. No, maybe not. If you looked across this way, you could see. No, excuse me. That's not it. That's different place. That's where the large ember is. So a very large ember. So I rate the very large ember. There's no more enemies up here, so you don't have to worry about getting attacked or anything. Just don't fall off. That's the biggest thing. There's nothing over there, so scope here. What I'm gonna do is turn around right here, and then here's your very large ember right here. So, and this will get your weapons up to the max. So, after you give it to Andre. Anyway, there's the other one. That's the one that we killed from a new Londo Ruins where the ghosts are before the water was drained. So we're going to finish our exploration here before we fight the Four Kings. We're going to go back and upgrade our sword to cap, or max rather, make it plus 15, and make those dragons, or those drakes, we only have to hit them with, 3 times instead of 4, and then it'll make the Four Kings a little easier to fight as well. So there's not much left on the exploration part as far as this area is concerned, but you will need to use your transient curse again. Just keep that in mind coming up here. So we're going to go back down. We'll go ahead and use our transit curse. Get it out of the way. It should last us before we, or up until we need it at least. And then here's a shortcut. This actually takes you down here from New Londo. Right when you go on a New Londo, up the first set of steps, there's an elevator. We couldn't get this originally because it was, the bottom was covered with water, so it wouldn't work. Now that we've drained it, we can use it. Alright, so then you're going to go up here to the right. There's going to be one more Dark Wraith in this little water area. If you come forward a little bit, you'll see him. See him right there? Let him do his attack, and then just go after him. 2 hits and done. Tight night shot. Right here, there's a false wall, and what you want to do is try to pull. There's a Dark Wraith over there, and a chest. So if you can, you want to try to pull the Dark Wraith away from that. That way, you don't have to deal with him on that little narrow path. You can kill him and then go down the pathway. It's just a Titanite chunk. Alright, and then right here, what you want to do is, wait a minute, not yet, not that side. Right here, what you want to do is go left, and there's going to be another Dark Wraith that comes up from the right over here. Up this stairway. See him right there? And then there's a couple of ghosts right here, and then that other big oil slick guy. If you get the oil slick guy, you bait him. There's two Dark Wraiths, the oil slick guy, and then 2 ghosts. If you can bait the ghosts to come out about right here, you can take care of those real quick. One of the Dark Wraiths also might aggro. If it does, that's good because we want to kill him anyway. So. And then the other ghost is kind of finicky if it will come down or not. It's hard to tell. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. But it will eventually come down, but sometimes it'll come down right here, and other times it's further back in there. You have to go. We should have another Dark Wraith here. And we have a chest. There's the other ghost right there. Titanite chunk. And then over here to the right is our final Dark Wraith. Titanite chunk. Alright. At this point, we are done with the exploration part. That is the way of the Four Kings. And over here is our, this is our second summon with, that sorceress we used in Dark Root Garden. We need to summon her for next time as well, but we're not going to summon her yet because we're going to go upgrade our swords first. So, go ahead and use your homeward and go back to the bonfire you were at. Yeah. Okay, now we're just gonna warp to the Undead Parish and get our weapon up to 15. But do not watch the bonfire because we're gonna homeward back to this. I mean, if you do rest at it, it's not like it's a big deal because it's not hard to get back down to the other bonfire, but it just saves time. So we'll read that Ember real quick as well. Ember required for weapon ascension. Huge ember of highest quality, handled by blacksmiths of Astora. Ascension for plus 10 standard weapon allows reinforcement to plus 15 on par with the greatest weapons of legend. Alright, so with that being said, we'll give this to Andre.
Gets the job done, you shall see.
Alright, so right now we're going to go ahead and reinforce our weapon, or excuse me, modify equipment. So as you can see here, we got upgraded to our very large ember. You see that little picture right there, you can see that it has a Titanite slab on it. Right? So anyways, we're going to take our Spy Hander up to plus 15. So we'll modify our Spy Hander. And we'll also modify our black bow as well. Might as well, since we already have it here. And then we'll reinforce. And then one Titanite slab. Now, if you're doing trophies, that ought to kick your trophy open for the mightiest weapon or whatever. And then we'll do our black bow here. Also, go ahead and do your armor too, just to get it caught up, because right now our armor is still really weak, so just do one at a time. Actually, wait, we don't have enough shards. Yeah, we can do it later then.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
Alright, go ahead and homeward. Go back to the bonfire you rested at. Now that we have our gear kind of pushed up to a lot where I have a little easier time dealing with some of these enemies. And go ahead and level up if you haven't done so already. Still working that faith, we need to get it to 30. Alright, working on the faith. Oh, I guess we probably should repair as well. As far as that jagged ghost blade is concerned, if you want to upgrade that, you can. And just the thing is, it takes Twinkling Titanite to upgrade it. I don't use Twinkling Titanite a lot for much of anything else, so we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll be able to use it against those ghosts and not have to worry about our transit curse. There we go. Alright, now that we're set to go, we're going to head on in to do our Four Kings boss fight. And then afterwards we'll be greeted by the other primordial serpent, who is Kaathe. Kaathe is the one you joined the Dark Wraith through, so that's why we had to farm these humanities, because you need, I think, 10 humanities to get part of the items from the Dark Wraith Covenant. So, and you can't do the other part of Chaos Servants until you place the Lord Vessel. That's why I screwed up last time on the last episode. Had to farm 30 more, so. Dragon Scale, that's a good drop from those guys. For real. Alrighty, pressing on. Remember, just run through these guys, you don't need to fight them. Go to the right, deal with this guy here. Yeah, okay, so these guys are now one hit instead of two, since we have a fully upgraded weapon. Make quick work of these guys, no problem. Maybe we'll get a Titanite slab. Maybe not. These guys are a good source of soul farming too. If you're trying to level up your character, this is a really nice place to do it, because you can get an item later that gives you more souls per kill. It's called the Silver Covetous Serpent Ring, and that one helps you out a lot. So. Oh yeah, I missed one thing over here we need to get. So Oh, do your transit curse. I know I said we use Jagged Ghost Blade, but we don't have it maxed yet, and it's just easier to do this for right now because we got a ghost. I forgot we have to kill that will fly at you, and the only way to kill it is with the bow. So you have to kill it with the bow. So that's just the only way to get it. So, and we'll mess this up for later if we don't. So, all right. Anyways, come over here. Follow this pathway around here. There's one more item we gotta get. I believe it's a Lost Soul of the Undead. Yeah, or Large Proud Soul of the Night. Same difference. Then you can go ahead and drop here. Just don't fall in the water. Then we have, so our 2 ghosts on this side are dead. We don't have to kill another one. In this room at least. Wow, 2 chunks that time. Pretty good. And we got this one. Okay. Alright, so what we'll do now is you have to equip the Covenant of Artorias in order to go to the next part. So put that on, and then unequip all this. We're going to wear Havelset. Okay. Now, the reason why we're going to wear Havelset is one, it has, I'll tell you in a second, I don't know what it's called. Let's see here. Nope. Well, it doesn't show it. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but it basically has the best, poise. There you go. Yeah, it's called poise. This whole set has incredible poise. And what does poise mean? Poise means you, when you get hit, you have a less chance of being interrupted. If you remember when I was farming those rats for humanity, if they hit me, they would push me back, and my attack would stop going. Well, with this whole set on, you can sit there and just take any amount of damage, and you won't get pushed back. Your attack will still go through. So, on the 4 kings, this is a perfect set to use because you can sit there and just attack them, and they won't push you back, and it hurts you a lot. So, all you gotta do is just sit there and go after them. Takes no time at all. So go ahead and summon this guy, and then get your bow ready because we have a ghost we have to kill in here. Otherwise, Beatrice will continue to fight that ghost and not be able to hit it. So, and she won't come down and help us with the fight. The ghost is right here, right up there. See what I mean? She'll sit there and just continue to attack that ghost if you don't kill it. Anyways, you have to have the Covenant of Artorias on the entire time you're down here. If you don't, then you'll fall through the floor and die. So leave the Covenant on along with their Ring of Favor, and you'll be fine. Yeah, you're going to walk very slow, you're going to run very slow, all that, but it's fine because as soon as you get down here and start fighting the 4 kings, you'll see what I mean. They're so much easier if you wear this set, because that poise ruins their day. So, alright. So this is where you're gonna think, oh man, the end of the pathway. This is where you fall off and you go down to the boss fight. But like I said, I cannot stress enough, make sure you have that Covenant of Artorias ring on, otherwise you'll die. So right here, just have this on. That's why we had to kill Sif first, because we couldn't do this fight without this ring. So when you're ready, just go ahead and fall, and you'll see what I mean. Alright, so the Abyss, here it is, and then the 4 kings just kind of show up. One will show up, and then you kill that one, and then another shows up. Sometimes it could be 5 kings, they just call it 4 kings. But you see what I'm saying? Like, you can sit there and block attacks, and it doesn't do a lot of damage. Plus Beatrice, really does quite a bit with that spell she uses. There is one attack that kind of hurts. It's a grab attack. If he hits you with a grab attack, it's not terrible, but hurts more than any other attack that they hit you with, so. So once you take one down, the other one will show. You can continue to hit these guys well, and they'll take damage even when they're about to die. This attack hurts too, by the way. You can block it. It won't be as bad. What I mean, watch, I'm fucking get another attack off. No, I missed. But when they're about to disappear, you can sit there and attack them, and they'll still take damage even after you kill them. So, wait for the next one. Where is he? Ah, here we go. Okay. So just run in and start getting after it. That's that grab attack. You got it in it, unfortunately. Alright, should be one left. Here we go. Alright, that's our first Lord Soul, and then you can see over there, Kaathe is right there. And then Beatrice is gone now, so... Alright, so go ahead and rest here, because we're going to need to come back here in a second with our homeward. Alright, and we need to use, let's see, we can use 3 more humanity. And then when you're ready, go ahead and talk to Kaathe.
Greetings, undead warrior. I am the primordial serpent, Dark Stalker Kaathe. I can guide thee and illuminate truth. The truth I shall share without sentiment. After the advent of fire, the ancient lords found the 3 souls, but your progenitor found a 4th, unique soul, the Dark Soul. Your ancestor claimed the Dark Souls and waited for fire to subside. And soon the flames did fade, and only dark remained. Thus began the Age of Men, the Age of Dark. However, Lord Gwyn trembled at the dark, clinging to his age of fire, and in dire fear of humans, and the Dark Lord who would one day be born amongst them. Lord Gwyn resisted the course of nature by sacrificing himself to link the fire and commanding his children to shepherd the humans. Gwyn has blurred your past to prevent the birth of the Dark Lord. I am the primordial serpent. I seek to right the wrongs of the past, to discover our true Lord. But the other servant frowned, lost his sense, and befriended Lord Gwyn. Undead warrior, we stand at a crossroads. Only I know the truth about your fate. You must destroy the fading Lord Gwyn, who has coddled fire and resisted nature. and become the fourth Lord, so that you may usher in an age of dark.
So we can tell him no, we don't want to, or yes, that we do.
Very well. I shall now guide you to Wynn's prison. Be still, and trust thine flesh to me.
You gotta be careful there. If you tell him no, then you can't go back and tell him yes. So you have to tell him yes at that get-go, otherwise it'll ruin it. So then you won't be able to join the Dark Wraiths. As you can see, he brings us up from below, whereas Kingseeker Framp brought us down from above. So.
Wynn's prison. Now, place the Lord vessel upon the altar.
Alright, at this point we need to homeward again. This is going to take us back to the Abyss bonfire that we were just at. Yeah, we can talk to Kingseeker Framp now, and he won't take us back to the chamber anymore.
If you wish, I shall grant the art of life drain, the legendary power of the Dark Lord. It can preserve your humanity while I'm dead, and cast off the shackles placed upon your brethren.
Alright, so if you enter the Covenant, this will get you in the Dark Wraith Covenant. And then offer humanity, you need to offer 10. I got you the red eye orb. It looks like we have to offer a few more as well to get the rest of it. So let's see. I don't remember how many it is. Let me see real quick.
What is it? Go on.
Alright, looks like it's 30 on this one too. So we're gonna have to farm some more humanities. All right.
What is it? Go on.
There we go. Alright, so that's got our Dark Wraith Covenant complete now that we got the Dark set and the Dark Sword. That's all we need to do. So it ended up being 30 more humanities. So. Alright, now that we're done with that, we can head back to Firelink Shrine. We'll go ahead and read that that item we got as well. The Lord Soul Shard. There we go. Bequeathed Lord Soul Shard, soul of one of the four kings who fell to the dark. A fragment of the Lord Soul discovered at the dawn of the Age of Fire. Lord Gwyn recognized the foresight of these four great leaders in New Londo and granted them their ranks and the fragments of the Great Soul. Although this is not a full Lord Soul, it can still satiate the Lord Vessel. Alright, we're going to go ahead and take off this equipment. We don't need that ring anymore, so we can put back on our Coveted Skull Serpent ring and our Elite Knight helm. And we also need to read the items we got here. Mask of the Dark Wraith, former knights of New Londo who descended into dark. Some say the skeletal mask of an ancient Dark Wraith is partially fused with the flesh of its face. And then let's see if it says anything different for the rest. Armor of the Dark Wraith, former knights of New Londo who descended into dark. Their armor transformed and remains the symbol of the Dark Servants and their diabolical art of the Life Dream. And then we also got that dark sword. The sword of the Knights of the Four Kings of New Londo. Its blade is wide and thick, and it is wielded in an unusual manner. When the Four Kings were seduced by evil, their knights became Dark Wraiths, servants of the dark who wielded these dark swords. So, alright, so go ahead and head down. We're going to grab, since we summoned that NPC to help us fight Beatrice, the witch Beatrice, now she's, now her armor set's available, so we need to go down here to grab it real fast. It's in the Valley of the Drakes. Down here is her armor sets. Witch hat, witch set, and then Beatrice Catalyst. Catalyst belonging to Beatrice, the rogue witch, contrasts with Vinheim Catalyst. This ancient catalyst shows signs of being used for age-old sorceries. It has passed the hands of many generations to get here. And then we also got the witch sets. Put that one. Cloak of the rogue witch Beatrice. Almost all magic users that employ Catalyst studied at Dragon School, but Beatrice is one of the few exceptions. She braved the abyss, but did not live to tell of her ordeal. So it looks like she helped us in the fight against the Four Kings, but after that, the abyss took her life. So that's why her set's over there. So go ahead and homeward again. And we're going to warp to Fireleaf Shrine. As you can see, we don't die to the abyss once we have the Four Kings dead, so you don't have to have your Covenant of Artorias on anymore. At this point, we're going to go ahead and place the Lord Vessel, which is the next part of our story line.
Is it? Very well.
Just to let you know, this is like, you can't take this back once you do it. So if you place the vessel for Kingseeker Frampt, then Kaathe will disappear from the game, and at least in this playthrough, so you can't talk to him anymore. If you place it for Kaathe, then Kingseeker Frampt will disappear, and then you'll lose the ability to break Titanite items down to smaller ones. So That's why I did the Dark Wraiths first before we place the vessel. That way we have Kingseeker still in the game and we can use him to break items for us. Alright, so that opened the pathways to the rest of the Lord Soul fights. That first one you saw was the pathway to Gravelord Nito to fight. And then the next one was to Duke's Archives, where we'll have to fight Seeya the Scaleless. And then the last one was to Lost City of Izalith, where you fight the Witch of Izalith. And then those are the 3 Lord Souls that we need. We already got the first one from the 4 Kings, so we just need 3 more. Anyways, when you're done with that, go ahead and warp back up. I actually talked to Framtir.
Very well. As Kingseeker, I shall now instruct you, the Lord's successor, in your next task. To achieve your fate, fill the vessel with powerful souls, commensurate to the great soul of wind. Scarce few possess such brilliant souls. Gravelord Nito, the Witch of Izalith, the 4 Kings of New Londo, who inherited the shards of Wind's soul, and Lord Wind's former confidant, Seeya the Scaleless. All of their souls are required to satiate the Lord vessel. Are you ready? Then we shall return. Stay still for a moment.
Alright, let me show you what he does here. This is his ability. I forgot to show this earlier, but... Actually, no, we did show it, but I want to show you. So, we got green Titanite shards. We got a bunch of them we don't need, so we can feed him these, and it'll turn them into Titanite chunks. Or Titanite shards, rather. Same thing for Lars. Anything you break down, makes it, it breaks it down to the next lower one. So... Like if you do these Titanite chunks, it'll make them large Titanite shards. If you do a green Titanite shard, it'll make it a regular Titanite shard. But it breaks it into like 3. So that's why he's good to have in the game and not Kaathe, because you can go and farm those green ones and then break them into smaller ones. And then you can also feed him items to gain souls from it. So it makes him a good guy to have in the game instead of the other one. So completely up to you though how you want to do it.
Farewell. Chosen unnamed. I remain here.
But as you can see, we broke down these and we ended up getting 32 Titanite shards just out of the ones we broke down, so that's not bad. Alright, so let's see, we'll go ahead and reinforce our armor. Elite Knight Helm. See how far we can get with this. Alright, cool. We got it to plus 6. So you can only take it to plus 10. Of course, the plus 10 takes a Titanite slab. And then the rest of these take chunks. We're going to see if we can reinforce our bow the rest of the way. I think it takes more in the bow. I don't remember for sure. Oh, we're at slab for the bow, so yeah. And then let's level up here real quick. Work on that faith still. So 27. And then let's go talk to Laurentis, see if we can't upgrade our flame.
Oh, hello there. You've been strange for a while. Tell me about it. I have never seen anything like it.
Alright, so if you tell him about this, he leaves and goes to Blighttown. This is where your new pyromancer comes into play. So make sure you buy everything from him. If you do this and you send him down to Blighttown, then he becomes hollow. And then when you go back down to talk to Quaylana, that NPC I tried to show you earlier, but she's not in there until you place the Lord Vessel, then he's going to leave Firelink Shrine and go into Blighttown and become hollow and die. So he'll end up attacking you. So if you say no, he'll stay there, but you can also tell him later. So we'll say no for now because we want to upgrade our items and keep him in the game for a little while longer.
I see. In any case, I definitely trust you. Humanities, my friend. Forget that I said anything.
But it's alright though, you can talk to him again after you reload the game and he'll ask you about it later. So we'll take our flame to plus 10, see if we can get it to plus 11
Not
also.
bad. Find anything new. Oh, hello. Complete as always.
So our max flame, pyromancy flame at this part is plus 15. So once we get plus 15, we'll send him on his way and move on to the next pyromancer teacher. Alright, that's going to wrap us up for the day. For homework, what you need to do is, unfortunately, we got to get some more humanities. So this time you only need 30 though. Like that's it. So if you want to do 10 to use to farm, then just farm 20, then you should be fine. But this is gonna get us to our next covenant and open up a shortcut that we need for another quest line for Solaire. So go ahead and farm up 30 more. Excuse me. You should already have 10, if not more. So you should only have to farm 20. And also, while you're down here, go ahead and farm up the last 5 of the Eyes of Death. They drop off of the basilisks. So after you kill the large rats down the tunnel, they keep going down there, and there's some basilisks. Try to get 5 more of those, because we need 10 in order to fully upgrade the Gravelord Covenant to plus 2 and get the items from him. So we have the items that he gives. Alright, so 5 Eyes of Death and 20 more humanities on top of the 10 you should have already left over. I have 12, so, and then that should be it. So anyways, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Like I said before, leave a comment if you want to see something different, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Peace out.